Hi there, this is Kathy Crow, and I am here at the Crow Cottage. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to do Heron Habitat. This is a really cute card set. You're going to like it. I mean, the stamp set's really cute. The cards are cute too, but this stamp set has been really fun. As soon as I saw it, I remembered all of the Asian stuff we've got. So I've pulled out Bamboo Beauty. That one's the current one in the catalog, and I've got some stuff on Pinterest with that and this set. And do you remember Asian? There was Asian, boy, I can't remember now what it was called. It was a long time ago. But we've had that. We've had some other silhouette stuff that was Asian inspired. We've had a lot in Stampin' Up! World. We've had a lot of Asian inspired things. Most of it wouldn't go with Heron Habitat, but a lot of it would. So I am going to be pulling out a lot of old stuff. I apologize for you newsletter subscribers. Thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, that reminds me, please like and share my videos. I really appreciate it. Gets me around, and you never know who might see it that might be interested in crafting a little bit here on the side. Card making is a really fun thing to do because it's easy to put down and start up again. You don't have to I have a big mess in my room a lot of the time, but you don't have to. When our kids were home, that's gonna, oh good, it's 1. I thought it was noon for a minute when I looked at that clock. I thought, oh brother, we've got 12 dongs to go through, but it's just the 1. But anyway, when my kids were home, I would keep my stamp stuff kind of on my desk and tried to keep it in that one little space. But anyhow, it is an easy thing to do, to have fun, keep it going on the side. If you have more time like me, then you can kind of keep it going and keep a bigger mess out, and it's even more fun. All right, so I am going to go ahead and get started. I'm only doing 2 cards today because there's actually quite a lot to do on each one. Not a lot of, really not a lot of work. It's just that one thing I know I'm going to end up spending a little bit extra time with. Hi, Trudy. How are you? It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. Thanks for liking and sharing. I hope you've got better weather where you are right now than we do. We have like super warm, humid weather going right now. So we're getting to experience actual Missouri weather today. And it feels pretty good. I know just even from last summer to just stay inside on days like today. Now I'm going to adjust my desk, and that gives me more time to do card crafting. So it actually works out really nicely. I've really enjoyed being here because I get to ride my bike down to the park every day if I want to. Today I won't be. I did go down to the park after I worked out today. I did get down there because I wanted to make sure I got there before. It's going to only get hotter as the week goes by. So I wanted to. Now my arm is like tipped in a way I don't really like. So hopefully, let me try to get this up on the computer over here and then I can see better. It's hard for me to see on that camera what's going on. And then, I get that sound off. There we go. Whew, that's scary. All right, and then I can see who. Thank you so much for sharing, Trudy. I really appreciate it. I haven't seen you for a while, so how are things going down there? Like I said, we keep an eye on the weather to see how it is going, and it looks like you guys have got beautiful weather. Beautiful weather. It is supposed to be. It's probably about 80 here now. It is 75% or more humidity, and so you do feel it. It's actually not bad because there's a nice breeze. So for Jeff and I, we aren't thrown by it. Don't mind it a bit because we are used to desert weather. Desert weather is hot, like super duper hot. Now I see it's still like funky, so I'm gonna try to. My camera arm just won't work the way I want it to. So I'm trying to get everything in. There we go. That might help. Let's hope it does. It'll take me a minute to see what it actually looks like down here and if that's adequate, and it's really quite not. There we go. Okay, just trying to get my host code and everything showing for you, and There, maybe that's better. It's kind of got to be at an angle for me, but I think I can handle it. All right, so let me get on to the cards. You know, it is celebration time coming up. And remember, for you, those of you who are demonstrators already, you know, we get to see all of the stuff in advance. You get to order things in advance. Good, I'm glad. Yeah, Trudy, it looks like it's really nice, actually. Because we know what that feels like. That nice in the morning. You've got really sweet, nice mornings. Here, it stays really warm in the evening, like all night long. So in the morning, it's nicer, but, you know, like in the very morning, you know, it's not like at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, it's still going to be really warm and muggy. So it's different. You don't keep your windows open, at least we don't keep our windows open at night at all. That's something you just, even when it's cooler, we don't do because you really feel the humidity here inside the house more than outside. When we go outside, we don't feel it all that much because there's that breeze blowing. Inside, you feel it. All right, Heron Habitat. This is in the big catalog. And with celebration coming up in the next week, in the next 3 weeks, it's coming up in July. July 1 is when the new mini catalog comes out, and a whole lot of really cute things are available. Starting next week, I'll probably show some of that. I'm having a lot of fun with it right now. If you go to Pinterest and check out that or my webpage, you'll see what's going on. Again, if you're a subscriber to my newsletter, you're not going to be seeing any of that stuff in the newsletter until it's actually available for customers. I try not to tease people too much, but I do try to get you to join our team because it's a good deal. You get a lot of free things, you know, and it's just fun. We get to do fun things on our team. We have free craft every month that we do together that I send out all the supplies and we get to do that. It's really fun. So I would love to have you join, but don't do it until next month. The celebration is when you want to do, actually, no, I take that back. I'm not sure what kind of a deal they've got going for celebration this month. This next month. I know that you will get a lot of free things for every $50 you spend starting in July. So that's a good month for just ordering. But for joining, actually maybe now would be a better time to join because then you could actually order things from the new catalog now instead of waiting until next month. Let's get on with the show, okay? Because I want to show you how to do this. Now, this is the Bamboo Beauty stamp. This stamp says friend on it. It's I had to look it up online because I did not know what that symbol meant, and I had looked it up before and had forgotten. So this time I remembered to write it right on the box. Friendship is what that symbol means. And that is good for me to know, and it matches all the things I figured it would in this sentiment set. But anyway, this is Bamboo Beauty. So that is what I am using on the side here, and then as well as Heron Habitat. And we're going to just start with some very vanilla and stamp those bamboo shoots with crumb cake right on the side. And this is sized a little bit bigger than we're going to end up with. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but as you can see, we're going to trim it down a bit. And this one's pretty good size, so you kind of need this bigger skinny block to stamp, or your Stamparatus. You could do your Stamparatus too. That would work as well. And we'll get crumb cake out here, and we're going to just start stamping away, having some fun with it. Let me move some of my stuff over on the side. So remember, there's things in the catalog, though, that are retiring. The old catalog, all that stuff is going. Trudy, do you have all the things that you wanted from that last catalog? I didn't get everything, but pretty close to everything that I wanted. I'm kind of eyeballing it. This is the skinny one. There's a fatter one. And so we'll just stick this right here. Trying not to rock it. When it's this skinny of a stamp, it's easy to rock. There we go. So that worked out pretty good. Let's clean that off. I think if I looked, I know there would be some things that I missed that I'd probably like to get. So sometimes you just don't want to look, right, Trudy? Sometimes you think, I know there's some things that I missed, but I want the stuff in the new catalog, so I don't even think I'm going to look at this point to see what I missed. All right, so now we're going to put the fat bamboo shoot on here. Oops, not on the cleaner. Let's get it on crumb cake. So anyhow, let's try going... Yeah, let's try going this direction on it. One side is this is a little skinnier than that one, I think, but every time I look at it, I'm never really sure which side's fatter. You actually want the fatter side on the bottom. Oh, I don't know why that flubbed. I thought I was doing a good job, but it sure did flub, huh? Let's flop it over. Even though I can kind of see through it, I think I'm going to just do that again. Let's try it again. And if I flub it again, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's try it this way this time. Nope, that's definitely the skinnier side. So let's just go quicker. Very good. Sometimes quick is better. Take too much time with stuff and it just ends up sort of like a pie crust. If you take too much time with that pie crust, I guarantee you've already ruined it. Get your water in there, get your, whatever shortening you got going in there, and just mash, get it done. Get your hands out of that bowl, and it will taste delicious. At least that's what it looks like. I am not a pie maker. I am not good at it at all. I've tried. Okay, this one too, we'll just try to get in and get out quick, and that works much, much better. All right, so back to the retiring stuff. So there is probably not a lot left. Usually by the time the new catalog's ready to come out, and our new catalog, the main one, it came out already a long time ago. So what I'm talking about, there's a few things that are like holiday-ish that probably are alive still for just a little longer, but not long. All right, so this is going to go on a little white scrap of cardstock in black. So I'm going to keep my crumb cake out, but let's just put this little guy right here and grab a piece of white cardstock. I can find some here. I didn't cut any of that out. I kind of forgot to do that, and that's not coming out of its container. There we go. Okay, so we'll just do black. I need black. Where are you? Last week, what's today? Yeah, Monday. So it would be last week. Now there's that. I do want those little bamboo leaves on the side, but I'm not going to stamp those until I've cut this out with this particular die. And that die is in the stamp set, the Heron Habitat stamp set. So that's all we're going to use of Bamboo Beauty, right? No, I do still need to keep it out for those little tiny bamboo shoots that are going to go around the side. But I'm not going to worry about those just yet. And if I have a true friend, and you could put friend under there for anybody who wants to be reminded of what that symbol is. You could do that if you needed to. I'm just going to trim this so that when it's time to cut all these things out with the die, I can do it without too much difficulty, hopefully. All right, so now we've got that, and I am going to go ahead and stamp these. These are from Heron Habitat, just these cattails, and that's all I'm using. And just for this card, I'm just using those little cattails. Let's get this out of here for now. Oops, that's too small. Let me grab a bigger block. Okay, last week I went on my bike. I think last week I told you guys that I thought I had a perfect picture of a deer, because when I ride the bike, it's really nice to be able to see deer where we live out on the path. Now, people who live, like my aunt and uncle have a bunch of deer around where they are. It's not as exciting for them because those deer, you know, sometimes they're kind of a pain. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do another one, even though I didn't on the other one. 3 was enough, but I didn't get these placed quite in the same place. I felt like I needed another one. And then I'm going to use the sentiment, the bamboo that bends in this bamboo. I'm going to use that one for this little saying here. Okay, it's kind of cute. I haven't used that sentiment much. It's kind of like one of those that I don't know if it's encouraging or not. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that breaks. It says it's a Japanese proverb, and I'm sure that it is. But I'm not sure that that's all that encouraging. What do you think? Sometimes sayings, the sentiments and all that we think are encouraging at the time aren't. I'm not sure if it is. So you can tell me. It kind of depends on what season of life you're probably in, what you're experiencing at the moment. So we're going to go up a little higher on this. Stick it right there, right over the top. Because I'm using black, it shows up pretty good, even right over the bamboo things. And then I want to texture this paper because texture is what this is all about, really. So I'm using a retired embossing folder. Stampin' Up! Keeps retiring my favorite textures embossing folders, and I am resistant to retirement, apparently, because I just keep using them anyway. Whether they retire it or not, I'm going to keep using it. This is one of my favorites, and so yeah, I'm just going to keep using it. It is called Texture Tasteful Textile. I don't think this is available. I've tried to add it to several things when I've been doing my tutorials, and it won't add, so I don't think it's available. Now I can kind of see my flubs on the back, but it's not going to show once I get it on the card. If it does, it's not going to be problematic. I don't want to do it around my words. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss this right here. And then I am going to try to emboss the side. Maybe not this side, because I'm going to cut some of that off anyway. But some of that side I am. And so let's see how to do that. Now it's going to get a little close because I don't want to adjust my camera again. It's going to be a little snug here when I bring over the machine, but I think we'll just live with that. Move that over. Okay, and I can never remember which plate goes with what. So we're going to go ahead and start with this one. I think this is right. This is that blue one. It goes with generally everything. This is a kind of a thinner embossing folder, so it goes pretty easy there. All right, so we're going to just go down to that edge. And that got me almost all the way down there. Now I want this side. I am going to have to do it upside down. If this had words, that would matter. It doesn't, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going to go like this. Let's go up to about here, because I'm going to have a label kind of hiding the fact that I'm going to have a little bit of a weird ridge there. I mean, there's just no way you can avoid it. Actually, to do this, I'm going to have to go all the way in, aren't I? Yes, I am. Let's do it. Let's do it this way then, because otherwise I can't. I'll tear my paper. I have to put it in this direction. So we'll tuck my little label up there. All right, here we go. And then this way I can get that little edge on the side as well. And then you can see what I'm talking about. You can see this ridge, but it isn't going to make any difference because like I said, my label's going to kind of be covering most of that. And then I am going to cut away a bunch of this, so it doesn't matter that it's not textured down there. All right, while I have the cutting machine out, though, I want to cut out this label because I'm using some special paper for it. And this paper that I've got going is a new paper from our new catalog, our new mini catalog. So let me grab it here. This is Lights Aglow, and it has a lot of really pretty papers. Now this is the side that's the subtle side. Okay, there's no glimmer on this side. These are just the colors, and it's this polka dot thing that I love. That's gonna be really cool. I'm happy to use, I'm probably going to use all this black polka dot up way before Christmas. This is part of a Christmas set because, it's that one's flipped. Because as you see now there's some labels, but on this side, the opposite side of what I just showed you, they are all gilded slightly. There's every single piece has gold, what do you call it? It's just, it's gilded. It has some gold in each, even this one. This one's awfully busy, but do you see the gold dots? And look at that. To me, that looks like lightning. I think is it a tree? I don't know, but it looks like lightning to me. I'm not sure how I'm going to use that. But this is the coordinating one of the polka dot piece that I'm going to use. This is the opposite side of the polka dot that I'm going to use. And it's pretty nice. I will maybe use it with just its black self. I don't really know that I am going to. Just because I really like that black polka dot. Do you remember when we had polka dots before? We had a background polka dot stamp about 2 years ago, and I bought it and never could get it to really work well. I'm going to use this biggest circle die. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies, and then we're just going to cut this out like this. I'm doing it on the side because I'm going to use this piece on this side in our next card. So I want to stay over to the side as much as I possibly can. All right, so we'll cut this out. And I'm just running it back. I don't need to run that through 2 times. I'm just doing it because I don't want to emboss this side because we're gonna use it. All right, so there's that. Now I can get rid of our cutting machine here for now. Wait, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. While I've got it here, let's cut out this tag. So it comes with 2 tags. There's this one, and there's this one. Okay, but we're going to use this one. I've got little white, I haven't been punching out my white spots apparently, like I should be. We're going to put this like right there, a little lower this time because I kind of have it centered on the card that is my sample card, but when I did that, I ended up not really liking that so much, so go ahead and cut that out. Now we have that, and I'll put that to the side. And it cuts out these little teeny tiny heart pieces, but we don't need those. You know what? I do need a gold one of these, so I might as well just do it while I've got it all going. This is going to be for the next card, so let's cut this out right now. Okay. Now, one thing I've learned is with your foil, you want to save it as much as possible. So don't roll over the parts that you're not going to actually be using. Try to roll just on the part that's getting cut out. Oops. You do have to go far enough to hear that click, but that way this foil isn't ruined at all, as you can see. Otherwise it gets... My plates have all these grooves from being cut on, and those grooves get transferred right to your foil. And so wherever you can avoid that, that's best. Now I am going to have to use this some more, but we're going to move it away for now because I can't use it until after we have stamped my herons. And I think think I'm done embossing. Put my embossing stuff away. I think I am. We'll see. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. So anyhow, last week I was telling you how disappointed I was that I had thought I had a perfect picture of this deer, and I had not actually started videoing it. Thought I had, but I hadn't, like a dope. So anyway, that was pretty bad. But this week I felt like God just sort of like, okay, so you're stupid. That's okay. I got your back. So there were two. I saw two deer. In fact, if you like to check out my Tri-City Crow Garden page, it doesn't have Tri-City stuff on it anymore because we live here in Missouri, and I can't change the name. I looked into it. I was wanting to change the name to Missouri, but I couldn't without removing the page. So there you go. Let's do, I don't want a huge edge, do I? No, I don't. But I am going to put this on a black mat. And I actually kind of wanted some of that vanilla to show around the black mat. So we are going to go all the way in. We're going to go ahead and cut this 5 1/4, okay, on the bottom, and 4 inches on the side. Okay, so that should be small enough. It wouldn't hurt to do a smidgen more here on the bottom, and maybe just a smidgen on this side. I wouldn't mind having my black mat show just a little bit more on this one. All right, so now we're ready to just mount this right onto the black cardstock. So let me grab a sheet of black. I thought I had everything I needed, but I don't. I need to grab some black here. So we'll just cut this 5 1/2. Well, let's go a little under 5 1/2 so my vanilla will show. So 5 3/8 sorta, and 4 and a little, like, not a quarter, but that is what is it? That's not a 3/8, is it? No, I don't even know what that is. But anyhow, it's a little smaller, and then that's going to be perfect. Perfect. Hang on to those black sheets because I'm going to need those. And then we will glue that right on. The deer must be fed. The houses that they visit are all around there, but the trail goes through the woods. So like I said, if you want to see, you can go on there, and it's kind of nice because I think the reason I saw I saw a lot of animals that day, like a ton, because there weren't very many people on the path. That's one of the reasons I like to go to the park and on the path when people aren't out. It's not that I don't like people so much. It's just that they are always talking. Even people that are by themselves, a lot of them are talking on their phones. So they scare all the animals away, and I don't get to see them. But that day was a great day. I got to see the deer. They let me come right up to them. They were busy munching stuff on the side of the path. So both of those deer I got really good video of. It was nice. Okay, so we're going to put this like right here. And I think I'm going to use, I don't want to use my mini. I should get my black ones out. Because I don't use them all that much. And there we go. Let's grab some of those. I always forget, and whenever I have a chance to use the black mini or regular. The black dimensionals come in a package with both mini and large, which is really handy. I kind of wish they did that with the other package. I haven't bought any in a long time. Maybe they do, but I don't think so. I think the dimensionals for the white come in mini or regular. So we're putting regular ones on here just because it's so big. I also saw 2 turtles, and one was He was bold. Usually the turtles put their necks right in fast when I start to squat down by them to get their picture, but that one didn't budge. He kept his face right out, and I thought, ooh, I don't know what the name of you. I don't know what your name is, because I don't know. We haven't lived here long enough for me to know anything about turtles, and I know very little about the birds. We know a little more about them because Jeff and I look them up when we see new ones coming through our yard, but I haven't seen any turtles in our yard, and the rabbits all kind of look the same. So let's see. I want to make sure I see that biggest polka dot. So let's move it down more to the bottom. Okay, we'll just stick it. Yeah, let's just stick it like right there. It's kind of in the center. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp this those bamboo leaves. Did I lose my? No, there you are. Okay, good. I thought I'd left my bamboo beauty over there in the corner. We'll have to get this little leaf out, and we'll just do a little bit of that with tuxedo black on the sides. Just kind of peeking in. Okay, like so. Okay, nothing much, just a little bit there. I did see, I know people, when we started looking to see if we wanted to move to Missouri, I typed in Google, are there a lot of snakes in Missouri? Because I'd heard that there was. Well, apparently not any more than any other state that's a very wet state like this. So yeah, there's a fair number, but not a ton. I don't see them hardly ever. They probably avoid people as much as you would expect that they do. But I did see that day a little one. He was a little one. I've seen pretty fat black snakes in the park. Well, I've seen two. I shouldn't say them plural, because since we've lived here, and it's been almost a whole year now. Jeff and I are going to go to celebrate our 1 year anniversary living here by going to a new restaurant in downtown Springfield that is called Droff's, and I've already talked about it because as soon as I found out about it, I knew we wanted to go there. They have fancy grilled cheese sandwiches. So yum, we're going to really enjoy that. I'm going to use this flying heron for that. And then this card's almost done. We'll go on to the next one. All right. I thought I had a white scrap. I do. Let's use our scrap instead of that one. Okay, so there's that. And then in our other card, I don't need to stamp a heron for that one because we're going to stamp that heron right on our black cardstock. So I think I'm done. With our crumb cake. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I am. We'll see. Isn't that nice? Now you can color it a little. I tried when I stamped it with black. I took a Copic. We don't have a light enough blue for me, in our blending pens. So I took a Copic one, but you could use a pencil just to put a little bit of blue in there, but it's not necessary. It looks pretty cool just as is. So let's go ahead and grab this machine again. We'll cut out I haven't done any jokes yet. I need to start looking at my jokes over here. I do have a few out to do today. If I'm not seeing, sometimes my son tunes in and then I never see their comments until later. And I am so disgusted when that happens because I want to see them, but I don't always. I don't know why my Facebook commenting thing's not always working very well. And I still, even though I've tweaked it and done various things, it still just doesn't do it. Okay, there we go. Isn't that nice? Really nice. What do you call a flower that runs on electricity? A flower? Okay. What do you call a flower that runs on electricity? Okay, this does kind of make sense, but I wouldn't have gotten it. I'm not very bright sometimes. Okay, let's do one there. I'm kind of checking to see how far over I can go. Let's grab these mini dimensionals just so that we don't get too far out, because I am going to have it go off a little bit. I kind of want one down here. Let's do a little trim. So I can get them right on the little leg. You call it a power plant. Ha ha. A flower that runs on electricity. You know, I heard we're going to have rolling brownouts at some point during the summer, and I'm not at all happy about that. Who's happy about that? Nobody. You know, it's like, seriously, I don't think so. Better not. We're all going to be hot and sweaty and mad, and people are already mad enough as it is with everything costing so much. And Jeff and I we had decided moving here that when the weather's really hot and awful, we'll probably be traveling, you know, joy, so that we can just get out of here and enjoy some grandkid time. But, you know, that would be really miserable to be traveling and have rolling brownouts wherever you were going. So hopefully that won't happen. I'm hoping that sanity at some point will kick in, and that won't occur. All right, let me grab another piece of very vanilla cardstock so that we can mount this card. I'm going to cut it in 5 1/2. And then we'll go ahead and score both of these. Oops, I should have cut it at 4 1/4, but I forgot. So, I mean, you know, just totally forgot. So we're not gonna. There's 1 and 2. All right, so now we've got those ready to go. The little bunnies around here are so cute. They look like they're not wild. And Jeff said, oh, but it is. If you went over and tried to touch it, it would hop away, and they do really fast. The day, though, that I saw so many bunnies on the trail, 2 of them were cute, little tiny, fluffy little baby, and not even if they weren't baby, they looked baby. They were cute. But 2 of them were still very cute because they're bunnies. I mean, how can you not be a cute bunny? But they were definitely more in the jackrabbit department. Their ears were longer, and they looked like they could be good jumpers. All right, isn't that nice? You don't need an embellishment. Do not embellish. It's always tempting to stick little dots and ribbon and stuff in here. But this one, again, anything Asian, you want to keep it simple. All right, now for this one, I'm really happy with this one. This one is so nice. We are going to use this side of this bokeh paper. It's, again, the Lights Aglow paper that's coming out in the new catalog in July, so you can't get it yet. Don't even go tempt yourself. I'm going to just cut it like that. Let's see if that's wide enough. It's a little too wide. I'm going to cut this side off. No, let's leave that side alone. Let's just cut a tiny bit more off. I don't want a lot to cut off. Ah, that's perfect. Okay, now I am going to just stamp pretty much the same stuff that I just stamped on this other card. I'm going to stamp it on here with black. I could emboss it. If I embossed it, that would look really cool. But it's just not necessary. So we're not going to do that. All right. Let's Make sure everything's still showing properly here. All right, so now what I want to do, let me see, where did you go? Get your stamps out. We're going to start with the crane. Or, yeah, it's a heron. I'm sorry, not crane, it's a heron. I'm gonna just cover that up there. Oops, I kind of need to keep it at an angle, I forgot. It's tipped, and I keep trying to fix it, but that's because that's the way it is for you. Actually, now that I'm looking at it on the camera, it looks, did I straighten it out? So it looks crooked for you too. All right, so maybe this is better now. All right, so now I'm gonna just take this black and stamp it right on there in black. I wanna make sure that's good and inky though. Okay, and I kind of want his head to be maybe more up here where there's some lighter polka dot action, so we can see it really good. Okay, why couldn't the pony sing in the choir? This is a cute one. This joke, I mean, this is a cute little joke. You're gonna like this one. Why couldn't the pony sing in the choir? I like this one. Think about it. Pony. Pony. If my grandkids are, I do this because it's fun, but also in case my grandkids are watching, it gives them something to think about. Okay, here are these little birds. The little birds. We're gonna stick them right up here in the sky. Now, a lot of them might get cut off. We'll see, but I want just a little bit there. And then we want to do those little cattails. Okay, just a couple of them. We don't need a lot of them. Again, want to make sure I'm inking it up really, really good. And then we'll put one there. And we'll put one maybe, about in the same place, like there. That's all we're doing, just those two. It's tempting to do more, but we're not gonna. And then I do want to put some of the ground. It has some ground here, like right here. So we will use that underneath the stork. No, heron, not stork. And there, some of this is gonna get cut off, you know, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do it anyway. It'll give me something to play with. All right, now we'll see how I made it white. Do you know how to make it white? Here's the answer for that joke. Why couldn't the pony sing in the choir? Because he was a little horse, or she was a little horse, depending on if it was a girl one or not. Isn't that cute? I thought that was a cute joke. All right, we are gonna do this little thank you. Just this little thank you right there. And I thought I had the label. Aha, yes I do. Now these dies also have some really nice grass dies. Cuts out the bamboo. It also cuts out a little kind of a wave thing, which I haven't done yet. But I've already done a very vanilla tag. And so I'm just gonna stamp this little thank you on here. All right, why did the cookie go to the nurse? This is another one that I think is cute. Okay, today I'm on a roll. Why did the cookie go to the nurse? You're gonna like this one. It's a cute one. Now my stamp, it did apparently get some black there, and I see just a little bit, but I'm gonna live with that. I'm not happy about it, but I am gonna just live with it. Okay, checking to make sure that's the sticky side, or this is the non-stick side of my paper, and I'm putting that on top of my stamps so that they don't stick to my dies and to the other side of the. You do want to keep that backing paper. All right, so that's for later. Now let's go ahead and color. I could not believe when I went to get my link. I could not believe that they are not selling the Stampin' Chalk marker anymore. They're not, of course. It's like a basic. So, you know, go figure. But anyhow, we are going to use it anyhow. And you're going to be amazed at how it just makes this heron just pop right out. It is amazing. All right, let's see if everything's in focus. Okay, so I see a whole lot of little shading and whatnot. The only thing I want to avoid, I'm going to color over all of it. I don't want to color over his eyeball. So I'm going to start there. I also don't want to color over the black outline. So I am going to be really careful about going around that. Okay. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. I am going to go just to the edge of the black outline. I don't want to go into these feathers too much. I'm only going to a little bit just so that we can see them. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of go like this. Okay, now I've kind of got an idea how far down I'm going to color white. And now I want to just keep going around that outline because I don't want to go over my black outline at all. I want to be able to see that. It's really important, in fact. If I did go over the black outline while I was doing this, I would have to get my Stampin' Black marker out and then redo it. Okay, now I'm going to just color that in. And you can see it sort of doesn't do a super smooth thing, which is fine. It works well for a feather effect. I kind of like it. So you can just do little dots in a sense. Smooth here where his little neck is going to be smooth. But go ahead and go like this, kind of like in a feathery effect. Just try not to go into any of the black lines. Okay, so we're going to just feather now. This is what I call feathering. I don't know if that's the term. I'm calling it that. I don't know what it's called. I'm not really an artist. I'm just a practitioner of card crafting. And so for anybody who actually has artistic talent, they could happily correct me. But doesn't that look like little feathers? Isn't that cool? I love that. And I'm going up and down as I get close to that line, just so that I don't go over that line. I don't want to go over it at all. And it's okay if some of the black shows through. That's just fine and dandy as well. Now I'm going to use, hi Jewel, it's nice to see you. Freezing. Internet really bad today. It's actually, I think, good here today for a change. I'm going to check to see if that's working good. This is just a white gel pen, and I want to go around his little face and his little eye. Okay. Oh, I went over his little eye. That means I'm going to have to fix that, but I'm going to just leave it for now. There's a lighter spot here, and we're going to just put a little bit of that on there. I want to put a little highlight on the cap of his head. Okay, and then also where his legs are. I want to be able to see those legs. So we're just going to put little lines, and then I'm going to rub it, and that'll take some of that off. And where his little feet are. I want to be able to see his little feet, and I can't very well if I don't add some of this lighter color or white, you know, kind of like a highlight. I'm adding highlights in some places where there aren't any really, just so that I can see his little body, his little stick body. All right, there we go. That way I can see where his little legs are. Now we'll add in where those feathers are. Okay, now some of these feathers are where they are stamped. And then some of them I'm going to just fake it and figure out where I'm going to put one because it doesn't have one. But I want a sharper edge there. So I'm just going to fake it. And we're going to just add in some little feathers here, even though there aren't any right there. We're adding them in anyway. Just all along his little body. Just so that we can kind of see how far his body goes down. Otherwise you won't. You won't be able to see him. It's pretty dark. All right, that's pretty good. I think I can go around his little beak just a little more right there. And now for the cattails, same thing. Now you're gonna look and see where it's a tiny bit lighter. You can see it's a tiny bit lighter, so we'll just add some light there and there. Okay, now you can see your cattails a little bit. This one I sort of flubbed, so we'll lighten it up a bit more. And then where the water is, let's do a little bit of the water. Just a little bit. It's easy to get too carried away, so you want to not get carried away. I think that's good. I do need to fix his eyeball. So I could get my white marker out to do that. I mean my black marker, but I'm going to just use this pen. Okay, because it doesn't need to be very big. And I'm afraid with the marker I'll end up making it too big. There we go. And that's his little face. I did add in some gold painty pen. Now let me trim it down before we get going on that. I want to see where I want to add the painty pen before we actually do add the painty pen. And the other thing I need to do is just see the dimensions. This is bigger because this is 6 inches. So let's make the background. So this is gold foil. I've already cut it to the length of this card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's a tiny bit smaller. And there's this wonderful die in the set, in the main catalog, our annual catalog. And it is called Artisan Editions. Artisan Editions. There's 3 dies. There's this one, this branch thing, which is really cool too, but this is the one we're using. This one I feel just is perfect for anything that's like this Asian, Eastern kind of theme thing, but also it would be really good with any geometric kind of card deal, that you want to make. So anyhow, I'm going to do this in 2 places. We're going to do it right here. Let's see. Let's put this on this outer edge. I want to be able to see it, but I don't want to go too close to the edge either in case no, I don't have to trim. I already looked. So we're going to go way over to that edge. Don't go all the way over or you'll have a hole going there. Okay. Now because it's foil, I am going to run it through 2 times. There's one. Actually, well, that's 4 times. Just to be on the safe side, foil's a lot thicker than your regular cardstock. So let me grab this guy out. And it looks like it came out pretty clean. Yep, that's looking pretty good. I'm just using this brush on the back side just to make sure it's all cleaned out. That looks pretty good. Okay, very good. Now that's pretty good. Let's get those last hanger-oners off. And then let me clean this off into my container. All right, we'll do the other side. So that side, we're going to do this side, same way. Just do that, like that. Get off one of my strays. Okay, I forgot to tell you the end of the joke. Why did the cookie go to the nurse? Because he was feeling crummy. Isn't that a good one? I thought that was a really cute one myself. What kind of room doesn't have doors? Ooh, this is a good one. In fact, I'll give you a big hint. This is a really good one if we did the gnome card set. Okay, that's a really big giant hint for you card makers out there. You might get the joke with that clue. What kind of a room doesn't have doors? This is more like, I would call this a riddle. This is more of a riddle than a joke. Do you like riddles or jokes? I actually prefer jokes myself because I'm not very quick and I'll never get the answer anyway. So jokes give you some, you know, make you look less stupid, I guess. If you're slow like I am, slow on the uptake. All right. Getting all of these. A joke is like, yeah, who would have gotten that? You know, it's almost like the Bat Cave. The things that Batman and Robin discovered on the Bat, what was it called? It was like a computer, but they had a name for it. All right. No one would ever have gotten those answers from there. The Bat, what was it called? Oh, I forget now. All right, now that is that. So let's put this die away. I am really liking this one. Now remember, for anybody who does place an order with me, I'll do my little sales pitch right here in the middle, just while I'm cleaning up. If you order anything, $25 or more of anything, you're going to get free cards. Depending on the size of your order, you might get quite a few. The more you order, the more you will get. So I'm not really going to give you, you will get, for 25, you're going to get at least 5 cards. I'm just saying, these are nice cards. You're going to be making out like a bandit on it. All right, here we go. So we're going to stick this on here. It looks like it's pretty even. I don't think I even need to trim that up. Now, another reason I'm glad I left that little bit of an edge is it does leave me enough room to put some glue on. If you want to, you can use the self-adhesive stuff. Stick it on the back before you do your cutouts. I have it and I still haven't used it. And partly it's because I'm just so used to using glue that I forget. But partly also, I'll be honest, I have a hard time. Once I've stuck something on, I'm always having to adjust. And with my glue, I do have some time to adjust. With that stick stuff, you don't. You stick it on and it is on. So it better be where you want it. Now, you can see my gold here is slightly different color. It must be retired gold. I think this is gold. I don't think this is copper, but it wouldn't really matter whether it's copper, gold, or anything else. It still looks beautiful. Here's the other thing I used that's not Stampin' Up. It's called mulberry paper. And mulberry paper you can buy at any a paper supply place, I suppose. It is, I think, sometimes hard to come by. When I find good mulberry paper, I always buy a pack, and I use so little of it that it lasts a long time. This one was a really cool set of mulberry papers with these gold flecks in it. So the thing about mulberry paper is it is very fibrous, and you want to tear it. I want a fairly straight edge. But you do want to leave all these little feathery edges. Aren't they nice? So I'm going to just start by tearing and see what shape you get. Because tearing is one of those things, well, you just don't know. Like here's a big thick fiber. That one's not coming out. I want to make sure that it's the size that I can actually see around the edge. I don't need it to be too large. I'm going to be trimming this down. In fact, let's trim it right now before I get going any further. Let me see how big I did this one. This one is approximately 4 7/8. So let's get my cutting board out and see what that looks like. 4 7/8. I'm going to start by going right to that edge of that little bird and cutting off there. Now 4 7/8 is going to be right there. That actually is pretty good. I'd like a little more ground underneath his feet than that. So I'm gonna go like that. And then I'm gonna go 4 7/8 here. Oh, that's gonna cut my bird off. Oh, well, I lost one, but I still have 2. So I'll have to live with that. And now I can have a better idea of where to tear my paper. Okay, I want that around there. I want to see my little gold flecks, but I might have to stick that one in here because I sort of, there we go. Okay, we'll keep you on this side and we'll stick you in as we go. All right, there we go. And like here. You can wet it. If you wet it, it tears easier. But depending on how thick it is, sometimes they make these very, very thick, and then you have to wet it to really get it to tear nicely. This, as you can see, is slightly transparent. So this is a really thin piece of mulberry paper. So it's easier to work with. Looks like I lost Jewel because her internet was freezing. That's too bad. All right, let's see if this is sized right. Pretty close. I think I can cut it down, or cut, you know, not cut, but tear this down just a little bit more. I'm gonna keep that gold fleck in there. There we go. Isn't that cool? So I love this mulberry paper. It's really neat. I don't know where you can get it. I haven't bought any in ages because, as I said, I don't use it often, and I'm gonna stick that in and glue it on when I glue it. I'm gonna just glue this right on. So let me stick some glue right on here. And because you want the edges to come up. Doesn't matter if it comes through, because it will. Because this is going to be on top, and I'm going to use dimensionals on this piece. This little stray gold fleck or piece, I'm gonna stick it right down here to that glue that's kind of coming through. All right, now I think we're almost done. Oh, I didn't do now that I have this sized correctly, I'm gonna use my little painty pen. This is Zig painty pen. It's gold. Okay, and silver on one side, gold on the other, and it's just a kind of a gel pen. And I'm looking at my little leaves and water, and I'm gonna just add just some little gold flecks down here, mainly just because I just want to highlight the fact that there is some gold in this too, not just in this card. Let's go ahead and put the dimensionals on. Where's the big one? Did I not use it? I didn't. Okay. I thought I did. I thought I used, oh yeah, I did. There they are. I always do this. Do you do this too, where you start a dimensional card and then lose track of it and start another and lose track of it and then start another? So I have like a whole bunch of these laying around half used up. I hate that. But I do it all the time. Okay. I'll peel those all off. Oop, that guy came right off with the backing, just because I didn't stick it on there very good. Okay, what kind of a room doesn't have doors? A mushroom. Oh, I think that's a good one. A mushroom. I like that one. How do you keep a bull from charging? Take away its credit card. Ho, ho, ho. That's a good one. All right, so we'll stick this right on top in the middle. right like that. And then this will just glue right on. Kind of sticking out on the side a little bit. And this will put a dimensional under, skinny little mini. All right, well, thank you so much for watching today. Getting almost done with this. This is Heron Habitat again. Such a cute set. You're gonna really like it. If you buy this bundle, it is a bundle, then you will qualify for Crow rewards. For every $50 you spend, then you will get a Crow stamp on your Crow reward card. And I keep track of that. And then when you get 10 of those, I give you a $50 spending spree at Stampin' Up. And also, as well as your Crow rewards, for every $25 or more you order, you're going to get free cards from me. And it is going to be Celebration very soon. So get ready to make all of your really cool purchases. The free things you're going to get are so cute. I made these hippo cards. Have you seen it's called Hippest Hippos, and they are too cute. Hey, Kathy Crow, it's nice to see you. How do you like these hippos? Aren't they fun? This one I used our old tags set. There's an old one like from I don't know how many years ago. And then I took my black pen and I went around his eyes to kind of get rid of his eyelashes. He looked a little bit girly in there for a Hey Dude tag. So I tried to get it worked out pretty good. This my phone has, when it updated, it's got all these live photos, so they move, and they're not always the best photos for Pinterest. Isn't this cool? Now for this background, I use that tropical hideaway background. Very cute. Anyway, I'm really enjoying, as you can see, I just keep going and going and going with these cute little hippos. They are too fun. But having said that, when I'm done with being, thank you, Kathy, when I'm done with fun, I do like to make really pretty cards too. So those turned out really nice. I like those. I could give those anywhere, and they would make nice birthday, appreciation, wedding, condolences, all kinds of cards. Those actually are so universal for anything. But the hippos, oh, fun. All right. Thank you so much again for joining me. It was nice to see somebody from Illinois too. How's your weather? It's pretty hot and humid down here today. I do have to say I'm happy to be tucked inside. I did not go on a bike ride. I did go to the park. I got that done. It's going to get hotter as the week goes by. For the next 2 weeks, it's going to be pretty warm. So I think we'll maybe do a little traveling and move away from it a bit here and there. Good time to go see the sights and just stay in our nice air-conditioned car as we go through it, looking at the beautiful trees. They don't seem to mind at all. All right, thanks again. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.